Scorpio, welcome back to Crystal's Tarot. This is going to be your reading for your sun, moon, rising, possibly Venus, depending on what shows up today. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you've not already done so. We're going to jump right into it. Please get comfortable. Inhale and exhale as it feels comfortable to you. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and use one of my new decks. It's a little bit big for my hands, and it's a little hard to shuffle at times. I'm going to try to do the best I can. I try to shuffle long ways, but it gets uncomfortable. See, and I can't even really take that as a jumper because I think it's just too big for my hands. But for some of you, we have the Queen of Wands came out. So for some of you, you might be thinking about taking an action towards something that you're passionate about. For Scorpio, for January. Scorpio for January 2021. We just won't do that. Scorpio for January 2021. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, now you got the King of Wands and the Queen of Coins. So for some of you, this might be something that you thought about for a while, but you are getting to that point, even though it was slow coming, you are going to get to the point where you're going to start putting actions towards what you're inspired to. Scorpio, come on. Scorpio for January 2021. Scorpio. This will be our last shuffle. And then, please help. Alright. You got another pre-message. You got Temperance and the Queen of Coins again. So I feel like you're being instructed to have balance as you approach this. I feel like for some of you, it's been something you've been wanting to approach for a while now. So Spirit's encouraging you not to just to rush in, but definitely do take some action towards it. But keep your eye on, try to have, if it's a conversation you're wanting to have that you've been wanting to have for a long time, because you have so much you want to say, you might just, the person might get lost in the message because there's so much coming out at the same time in multiple different areas. So I feel like Spirit's, really advising you to, go ahead and move forward towards this with the Knight of Coins. But the Knight is looking at the Temperance card. So it's important that, okay. Let's do like this. Can you see? Yes. Okay. So there was basically this thing that you thought about. And it was something that you thought about for a long time. And then you went ahead and, or you're about to take action towards it with the Knight here. And then with the Knight looking at the Temperance, once you do take that action, just still try and stay balanced in it. Try not to over communicate. Try not to do too much too fast. If it's a work environment, a work situation, something to do with work, don't do a million things at once. Do what you can do and get everything situated and good, and then move on to the next task. But it's if you're if you're jumping around from section to section and section and section because you've been so anxious and so excited, and you're not taking the time to really go through each moment, you're not going to appreciate it, you're not going to remember it, you're not going to be able to get everything out the way you want it to because you're rushing through it. But if you slow down and know that there's still going to be more time, you doesn't have to get everything done in one moment, it'll be more successful for you. Okay, so now again we got one more shuffle. messages. There's not, yay. Okay, for Scorpio for January. Scorpio. So this this. Da, 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 da. Okay. Scorpio. Oh. Don't be stuck in your mind. It's gonna work out. What's meant for you will always be yours. And then you have the Queen of Coins again for the third time. She definitely wants to make herself known. Okay, so let's go ahead and pull our clarifiers. What is happening today? And they have the King of Swords and the King of Wands. So just be truthful and clear when you make this action forward. Like it's basically, I'm getting that energy to like make sure that you're what is it called? To make sure like you think things out instead of it's like if you're planning to go to Disneyland for the first time and you're really excited to go and you're like a little kid and you're like wanting to go everywhere, and then you get in line and you're like, oh, I'm gonna go get that ride real quick while this line's kind of long still, I'm gonna go get over there. And then while you're in that line, you're like, I'm gonna go get over there real quick. And then at the end of the day, you stood in a bunch of lines but didn't really get through anything because you were so like all over the place. So now we have the Three of Cups and the Nine of Swords. So I feel like you're wanting to have a victory in something. There's a celebration you want to have. There's a moment of where you want to like really have a lot of playfulness within it. But you're kind of stuck in your mind space a lot, like really, really heavy about how do you do this? How do you, how do you say? You want to have this celebration, but right now you're stuck in your mind space of not knowing the right words, not knowing the right approach, not knowing the right timing. Like just like all these like mental, like these mental struggles are like kind of like keeping you blindsided and keeping you stuck. And what else do we have? And then we have the Four of Pentacles and the Five of Cups. So I feel like for some of you, some of that like sporadic thinking and the Knight of Swords. So for some of you, that sporadic thinking, which is causing you to like have difficulty in speaking your truth, it's because you've been holding on to this bad experience, and to these difficult memories of like making a connection somewhere, an emotional connection, and it just going in circles and just not really leading to anywhere. It just like dead end and spend a lot of time and energy in it too. And so now I feel like you're like really, how do you say? Like you're tricking yourself because you don't want to be tricked. But I feel like you're a very smart person. You're very intuitive. So if you just go with the inspiration that you have and realize like you can see things that other people can't see, you can see things that people won't expect you to be able to see. It'll help you to get out of this like difficult energy where you're actually going to be able to set a better plan in place and to start moving along with it, to move towards your wish fulfillment and heal your broken heart. Sometimes things just don't work out. You just gotta try a different path. And doesn't mean that like you can't retry a path or like that same strategy won't work later. It's just you have to do here we go again. Have like you need to clear out this energy that you have, because I've been getting this for a long time for you, Scorpio. You have like this mental conflict, and it's kind of like has a lot of like a lack of confidence behind it, where you want something very bad and you've wanted it for a long time, but you won't allow yourself to pursue it or approach it because you have like so much of this like hesitation caused by previous heartache or previous disappointment or previous things that have led you into not feeling confident in yourself. But let's go through your reading and see how today's reading is going to go for you. So you have the World card with the 10 of Wands. Yeah. So the way that you've been doing things for a long time now, you need to transition that. You need to like refocus, recalibrate how you feel about yourself, how you think about yourself, like your self-confidence. I'm getting that very heavily. Like you need to recalibrate. Because the things that we go through in life is to learn lessons, to teach us something so that we can grow and be better and stronger people. It's not to have something that's always held over our head and to have something that we always have to answer for at the end of the day. At the end of the day, we're all human and we go through things. None of us are perfect. Some of us make good decisions one day and we make shitty decisions the next day. And then we go right back to good decisions. So we're all human and we need to all give ourselves that patience and understanding and that grace to accept that. Yeah, so the World card and the 10 of Wands. So you just need to change the way that you're handling your thoughts about yourself, the way that you stand in your own way because of your confidence. Even though I feel like you are confident in general, but there's one situation, person, place, or thing that itself, you're not confident. And then we have the Fool card and the World card. Yeah. So instead of having like the 10 of Wands energy in your world, have the Fool card. Take the leap of faith. Follow the guided, what's it called? Follow the guided inspiration that you receive instead of like thinking about it and then giving yourself a million reasons not to. Like you go back and forth, and at the end of the day, you really just block yourself in and cage yourself in. But you're being inspired to follow something or to go towards something that's going to make you feel joyful. It's going to help clear out any of this like hurt energy that you've been carrying around for a long time. Yeah, you've been carrying it for a long time. Like, let it rest already. Like, if you're religious, say your prayers, ask for guidance and healing. Like on a deep spiritual level, because this is something that it's like it's constantly repeating for you, and it's for you to have a healthier life, to have a happier life, is to change the way that you've been doing things in your life, so that you're standing in your power, you're standing more confident, but not in an arrogant way, in a healthy way. And to chase the things that you find inspired by, even though it might seem scary at first. There's a reason why you're inspired by it. Scorpio for January 2021. Scorpio for January 2021. Please. Okay. So you got the 9 of Cups in the reverse and the 10 of Swords in the reverse. So what I'm getting, you're not being in your confidence, but you're starting to come out of it. You're not, for some of you, you might have a lack of confidence because of like your home environment or your previous experiences. For a majority of you, it's like your previous experience, your previous relationship, the way that people have talked to you, the way that people have treated you, things that you've experienced in life has caused you to have a lack of confidence and a lack of wish fulfillment. But you're starting to come out of that energy now with the 10 of Swords in the reverse. You're starting to like look at the things that have caused you, the things that you've said and done that you wish were different, you're starting to forgive yourself for those and letting that energy go, to like transition, so that to transition the energy to have it more healthy for you. Sorry, it's hot. Scorpio for January of 2021. Scorpio for January 2021. One more shuffle. Just kidding, guys. The Three of Wands, the King of Wands, the Ten of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. Okay. So what I'm getting from this is there's been something that you're wanting to put action forward. I'm getting it's a communication. It's a conversation that you've been wanting to put actions forward in something. Because you were inspired to do so. But it was like, I feel like you've been holding on to this hesitation. It's for too long now. And you're getting to the point where you're just going to allow yourself to have that, to like let that communication be had. Like you've been holding back, and you haven't been saying anything because you have this Ten of Wands energy of where like, it's too much of a burden. Like you think about it, and you're inspired to do it. And you want to take action forward with it, but you've been holding yourself back. But you're gonna approach of like where you're gonna like really be authentic and use your words and have the communication that you've been wanting to have. Sorry. Dun, 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 dun. Scorpio. Alright. You have the Eight of Swords, the Emperor, and the Four of Pentacles again. So what this speaks about to me is that there's something of where you're like you're kind of like stuck in your mind space. You're not allowing yourself to like you try to control your words, you try to control your thoughts, and you try to like kind of, I feel like some of you have a connection towards somebody that you feel emotionally tied to, but you kind of stand in that energy of like, no, that's not me, I'm good, I'm not that. I don't have, like even though you have this, mental stress, mental confusion, mental frustration, where you get upset with yourself that you won't let it go, and you act like you're like that's not it. Like, oh no, I don't care about that person. I don't want that opportunity. I'm glad things worked the way they did. But at the same time, you're not letting that energy go. You're still holding on to it. So I don't feel like you're being authentically yourself. You're trying to put on a brave face and say, yeah, I'm good the way I'm at. I don't want it. But it seems like you do want it. And it seems like that's what Spirit's trying to get you to realize, is to speak your truth and be authentically you. Instead of like trying to, it's like, so a lot of times girls, when they go out and they start dating, some of them, they're like, oh, we're not going to eat. I'm not hungry. I ate before. But they're really hungry. So at the end of the night, they said they weren't hungry, but they were freaking starving by the time they got home. Or like, somebody's like, oh, like, what do you want for your birthday? Or, okay, here's a better scenario. Somebody's like, it's dinner time. I don't know why. I guess I'm hungry right now. I'm thinking about food. So it's like, oh, it's time to eat. What do you want for dinner? I don't know. I don't care. But then somebody goes and makes something and you don't like what they cooked. And so you're like, oh, I didn't like that. They're like, well, why didn't you speak up? Use your words. And then my sister always says, a closed mouth don't get fed. So it's like, if you're not truthful about how you feel, what you think, and what you want, how are the people around you supposed to know? So how are you supposed to get it if you don't say? It's like if it was Christmas time and Santa comes to you and he's like, well, what do you want for Christmas? And you're like, I don't want nothing. Or like, I want something really simple and basic. But you wanted like this extravagant thing. And then like you open your present on Christmas and it's exactly what you wanted, or nothing if you said you didn't want anything. And then, but really that was your opportunity to have the exact present that you wanted. So like it's important that more than us trying to have a strong face all the time and a brave face, that we stand in our truth. And let's see. Okay. For some of you, I feel like there's a connection. There's something that you want, and you feel like if you speak up and say that you don't want it, you're not gonna. Or if you speak up and say that you want it, you're not gonna come off as like you're gonna be giving your power away, kind of, in a way, is what I'm getting. The Nine of Pentacles speaks about like being confident, like not needing anyone, not needing anything, and then you have the Emperor again. The Emperor is like very controlled. It's the Nine of Pentacles speaks about having the things that we want, being good by ourselves, not needing anybody else. The Emperor is like he's like he controls things, he manages things. He how do you say? Like I feel like you're scared to let your power I feel like you're scared to let somebody know that they have like a power over you, or like they hold any power for you. How do you say it? You're trying to come off as like you don't need anybody, you don't want anybody, or the opportunity, whatever it's person, place, people, or thing, whatever it is. You're trying to like act like you don't need it, but you really do want it, and you're having it a hard time of trying to stay in this energy of like, I feel like you beat yourself up a lot because you're not being truthful with yourself. Scorpio. Got a lot of pre-messages today. Okay, so you have the Nine of Pentacles again, the Five of Cups, the Two of Swords, and the Judgment card. So what this speaks about is like standing in your power, being by yourself, being solo, and being good with it, but being disappointed with love, and trying to like make a decision on something but there's something you're not allowing yourself to see, but you're going to come to a judgment. There's either something that was in your past that you want to resurrect, or there's something that you need to like let transition and to change the way it does things. For some of you, you might be dealing with a divorce. For others of you, if you had somebody recently pass away from your family, I'm sorry for your loss. And if that was the case, you're like really feeling a lot of heartache from it, and like feeling like really secluded and alone from it. But just know like you do have people around you who love and care about you, who want to support you and help you. And first and foremost, you have your spiritual team who always has your back. They try to like motivate you and encourage you. That's more like if you've done like science class, I forget what grade it was, but they teach you about energy, and energy doesn't die, it just transmutes, transfers. So like, and then if you've like done one of those things where you hold your hand up to that little ball thing that has the electric waves, and then you can see like the little things coming to your hand, like the electricity. We are electrical beings. So just know that even if you have a family member who's passed away, that they've made a transition to the non-physical, they're still around you, they still care about you, they still love you. But when we're thinking of people as if they're like dead and they no longer exist, we can't feel their energy around us, because it's not, they're on a different level than that. When we like it's a negative energy that they aren't able to be around. because that's not what that energy is for. So anyways, long story short, sorry. For some of you who believe, some of you who don't, I don't mean to sway anybody or like turn the conversation weird. Just know that if you have people who have passed on, they are still around in one way or another, and they still love and care about you. You might miss them because you don't get to see them physically, but they have not left you. And you always have spirit support. You have God, whoever you believe is spirit, the universe, the creator. You always have that support to go to as well. And then for others of you, there's things that you're realizing of how you've been acting like you want to change. You're realizing that this energy of like just me, myself, and I am my solo cup is causing you to have some heartache. And so you're trying to make, trying to think about ways how you could change that, of like remembering things that you did or said something and the results it led to, so you can transition how that energy is to have a better outcome in the future. Okay, no more pre-messages. Scorpio for January 2021. Scorpio. Last one. Thank you. One more, sorry. No more. One more. Sorry. Thank you. Appreciate your spirit. Queen of Wands, sorry. Queen of Wands. Page of Pentacles. Sorry, for a second I thought something had flipped over. But I do want more on the final outcome. More than I expected. Okay. All right. We will come to this in a minute. Let's go like that. Okay. Bottom of the deck, you have the Strength card for your Queen of Coins. So there's something that you're thinking about bringing a new opportunity to yourself or to somebody else, or there's something you've been thinking about doing for a long time. And you're trying to have the self-confidence to be able to do that. The Strength card doesn't talk about physical strength. It talks about like our internal strength. It's like our what is it? It's like your confidence. It's your self, like your own personal ability to be resilient. Your own personal internal strength. It's not like a physical strength. It's an internal strength. It's like some people, oh, that person has heart. It's like that. Like you have, it's like being able to be strong enough and confident enough in yourself to know that you are capable of going after what it is that you're inspired to do to get the outcome that you're supposed to. That's good for you. Your current energy, you have the Queen of Wands and the Page of Pentacles. So right here, I'm getting that you're thinking very heavily about how you're passionate about providing an opportunity to either make money, do something prosperous for yourself, or provide an opportunity that you think could be long term. And the energy that crosses that is the Knave of Cups, or the Page of Cups, and the Ten of Wands. So when you think about having this conversation, it stresses you out beyond belief, and so you don't want to so you don't provide this opportunity. You don't move forward in this action. It just remains thoughts. It's just a thought energy, and then you get yourself flustered, and then you go back. But you really keep thinking about providing this opportunity and communicating like this new. It's like a new opportunity. Whether it's like something that you can touch, or whether it's like a relationship that has the ability to have long term. Your underlying energy, you have the 5 of Coins with the 9 of Coins. Or sorry, the 9 of Swords. So for some of you, I don't feel like, let's see, the 5 of Coins with the 9 of Swords. So for some of you, I feel like your finances might not have gone the way that you've been wanting them to go, and that's caused you to feel a lot of frustration and aggravation as well, to kind of feel like a little bit of despair. For others of you, there's been something that you attempted to invest in, but you can't really get your feet on the ground with it yet. In your recent past, you have the Knight of Coins and the Queen of Pentacles. So you're thinking about moving forward in an opportunity or to provide something, and you're thinking heavily. You have the Queen of Pentacles out here a couple of times. She showed up several times in your pre-shuffle. I'm not seeing her right now, though. But anyways, so you're thinking about providing this opportunity and move forward in it in your recent past, but you're still like in the thought process of it. You still, if you can look at her, you can't get your foot off the ground. There's still like, it's a long road to travel still with her ladder. She hasn't started the first step yet. She's got her foot on there. She's got her foot on like the first little step right there, but the other foot is still on the ground back there. So, and then it's like, you're thinking about, in your recent past, you're thinking about it. You might start to like put things in place to get ready to do it, but you haven't really started to do it yet. In your crowning energy, you have the Star card clarified with the Justice card. So there's something that you spend a lot of time thinking about your wish fulfillment with, and you feel like it'll be fair and balanced, but you can't bring yourself to like really get your foot off the ground with it yet for whatever reason. And I don't really want to dig into that energy because it's going to be different for everybody. But just know, like I told you guys, I tell you guys often, what you're inspired to is for a reason. If you keep thinking about it, it's for a reason. If there's something that, like if you have an inspiration to do something, say something, be something, whatever it is, and you can't get that energy out, it's for a reason. So pursue it and see what happens. You're guided for a reason. In your near future, you have the Empress and the Tower. So the Tower, some people get scared about the Tower. I think the Tower is actually a good card because it talks about things that were built on a faulty foundation. Spirit comes in and changes things around unexpectedly, so that way we can have something that's built on a solid ground that is authentic and true and like a real reflection of us. So I feel like in the near future, you're going to be thinking about, you're going to be looking at what you built and how it's not what you need it to be. It's not true. It's not authentic reflection of you. And unexpectedly, there's going to be an opportunity for you to start to grow something and do something. The Empress also, the Empress also, she's intuitive. She knows her truth, but she doesn't always speak it. So for some of you, you might still be in that energy for a while still about like holding on to something and refusing to like let it out. It's like a caged bird that wants to be free, and you're like trapped it. But you're the caged bird, like you've caged yourself basically. There's something that you have a strong drive towards, but you've caged yourself and you won't allow yourself to move forward towards it. Okay. how you see yourself, you have the Three of Cups with the Moon card. So for some of you, I'm getting like a player energy. For some of you, I'm getting that there's something that you're wanting to celebrate, but you're not sure how to bring it about. You're not sure how the other parties that haven't have like you're not sure how other people involved in the situation or presented with an opportunity, how they'll behave with it. So it causes you some like self-doubt and resistance. Other people see you, you have the Lovers and the Magician. So I feel like other people see you as like somebody who's very loving, that you're connected to somebody like on an emotional level, that you have the ability to really create long-lasting, solid bonds and relationships with people. With the Magician here, the Magician, he has all the tools in his tool belt. It's just a matter of what he wants to create. So I feel like other people, for some of you, I'm getting that some people might see you as a player. For others of you, I'm getting like people see you as like really being like a multifaceted, like multi-skilled. And then like when you have a loving connection, when you love somebody, that you work on it, you fix it, you do what you need to do in the situation. I feel like some people see that you're intuitive as well. Like you might have an intuitive connection with your partner. In your hopes and or fears, you have the Five of Swords with the Judgment card. That's funny. Came out in your pre-shuffle, Judgment. So I feel like this is actually a fear. You're fearful of like having these thoughts keep on festering that cause you to be responsible for something. For some of you, I feel like you're fearful of an argument that will be had in court. For some of you, I feel like you might be fearful of having a conversation that might lead to an argument in regards to resurrecting an old relationship, whether it's romantic or platonic. For some of you, I feel like you're fearful of like having this mental blockage going on long term. For some of you, I'm getting like you want to stand in your truth and speak your truth and live your truth, but you just can't seem to bring yourself to do it yet, and you're fearful that it's going to always stay that way. Your final outcome, should things remain the same, you have the Four of Wands. This speaks about solid foundation, a reliable partnership, like a stable relationship, stable foundation where life is good. And to clarify that, you have the Six of Swords. So Six of Swords speaks about moving away from arguments, moving away from conflict, moving away from things that do not serve you anymore. And so I wanted to get some additional clarifiers in regards to that. And then you had the Ace of Swords in the reverse, and then it flipped in the upright. So what this speaks about is either there's something you're not having clarity on, or there's a truth you're not receiving, or there's a truth you're not sharing. And with it going in the upright, at some point, there will be an enlightenment, and there will be the truth that's communicated and spoken and shared. And once that happens, again, you have the Four of Wands, just as you had in your final outcome at the bottom, which is what we started to clarify. So then you have the Four of Wands, speaks about a solid foundation, long-term stability, like grounded energy. And then the Lovers speaks about, and then also with the Four of Wands, that's usually like a relationship, a family card as well. But this card, it doesn't have a family in the background. But on a general deck, like if you happen to have a tarot deck, if you do tarot, and the Four of Wands, you'll be familiar with it being like two pillars on each side with like a partnership in the middle. Sometimes it's a family, sometimes it's just the husband-wife kind of. And then so you have the Four of Wands followed by the Lovers, followed by the Ace of Cups, and are followed by the Two of Pentacles. So I feel like once this truth comes out, it's really going to allow you to feel stable in a situation. It's going to be able to create an opportunity of love. There'll be communication shared. It'll be something that feels like a lucky, like it's a lucky energy, something that's unique and rare. and something that gives an opportunity for you guys to like decide what you want to do, have balance and fairness and longevity within the connection. Is what I'm getting from all this. Okay, Scorpio, this has been kind of long this week, so we're gonna go ahead and end it here. Actually, sorry, I'm told to get you advice. I gotta hurry. I'm scared the recording's gonna cut off. Last month it did that to me. I don't know if you remember or if you saw it. I had to make 2 videos. Scorpio for January 2021. Spirit's advice. One more. Scorpio. Okay. Advice for Scorpio for January 2021. Take a chance on love. When we love, our lives are changed forever. So take this chance that you're scared to. Honesty is essential. Speak with love and truth. Be honest with yourself and the person. That's Spirit's advice, is take a chance on love, and honesty is essential. I'm going to show you guys those again because like really running home the message. So the first one was take a chance on love. When we love, our lives are changed forever. And then the second one that came out was honesty is essential. Speak with love and truth. Okay. This has been your reading, Scorpio, for January 2021. Since love did come out, it would be applicable for your Venus sign, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you've not already done so. Until next time, I'm sending you lots of love and light.